attention, and the questions are most welcome. Maybe I can ask you if this model could be applied in your field.
Well, thank you for your presentation. It sounds really interesting, but well, I had a question about these quality areas, because you, if I understood correctly, you connect the attributes with the quality of a thing. So you have the temperature of the object.
Yeah.
But I can imagine that the temperature might be less significant, not very important. But when you use a different kind of coffee beans, which contains more alkaloids, for instance, then the temperature becomes important. So wouldn't it be interesting to integrate all these things and don't look at one certain attribute, but look at them all at the same time?
Yes, that's a very good point, because there are relations between quality areas, and what you introduce a new relations, that is the quality of the beans. And that's very interesting that you can connect the importance of the quality of the coffee with the quality of the beans. Thank you very much for your question.
Yeah, I have a question too. Thank you for your presentation. Very interesting, especially for me, because I work with quality myself, but then quality of education. And where I'm troubling with is that there are a lot of aspects of quality of education, and you can number 1,000, because what are the results of education, and what do you want them to learn, and how is the teacher quality, and there are a lot of things. So I want to number them all. I want to have a total number of aspects. So I did number some, so 30, but I don't know if I have them all. And
maybe I understand what you mean. Can I answer to your question? This model is this model it has a top-down approach. First you identify the objects, then you find the right attributes to it. But you also have experience in the field, so you can look if you starting with for your experience in the field to see what objects and what quality areas there are. So you can use a top-down approach and a bottom-up, and that is the best way to guarantee completeness. Does that answer your question?
To do both.
To do both, yeah.
So the bottom-up
approach and the top-down approach, as my model suggests, and that is that's my experience that gives the best result in terms of completeness.
Do you think for education I should use the same questions you did for the coffee?
Yes, the questions are standard. They are not domain dependent. You can use it for any domain, any organization at any level. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You also had a question. You had a very understandable example of the coffee, but it was of course also very simplified. And what happens when you have many attributes? Do you have to identify all those attributes to know which one to choose? And how do you determine which area you're going to focus on? And what I didn't really understand was what the difference was between those attributes and the quality areas.
We'll start with the last question. That you don't know what is the difference between the quality, the attributes and quality areas. The quality area is the combination of object and attribute.
Mm-hmm.
And so an object has many attributes, one or more attributes, I should say. May I ask what your first and second question was? Sorry, I didn't write it down.
I asked what happens when you have many attributes. How do you do you have to identify them all first, and also how do you determine which one
you want to
choose?
manage? Yeah. In some cases that are, for example, I will take the example as software as an example.
Mm-hmm.
There is an ISO standard which sum all the attributes already up, and there are about 30. So you use a reference for that. You use other sources to know what attributes are already there. But in most cases, I made them up. I use my own knowledge about the field to find out what attributes are connected and are associated with an object. And then about the importance, which one to choose, that is a question of what do you want to manage, and that's a question that you can't use methods for that. It's just what you want to manage. If some areas are weak, then you or there is it's important for the organization, or there is a lot of risk involved. Then you choose that quality area.
Do you know that when you haven't focused on it yet?
Yes, you have some feeling about the importance. If you don't have any feelings with the field, then it will mechanical, robotical action, and then it won't work. Thank you very much for your question.
Okay, I think these were all the questions, right? Shall we do a round of applause for each presentation? I'll stop this thing.